Hi, I'm Tom O'Donoghue. I'm a researcher with the University of Sydney, and I'm working with CRDC on a cover crops project to work out regional variations and current progress with cover crops so that we can put together some regional based guidelines. So question one, what is a cover crop? I think of cover crops as any crop not grown expressly for harvest, but to improve the way our systems function. If you do take a cover crop through to harvest, probably not going to call it a cover crop anymore. Cover crop could be grown for all sorts of purposes. We could be looking at water, soil health, carbon, disease breaks. Could also be using cover crops to cycle nutrients better from deeper in the profile. We could be using it to fix N, that's pretty major use. And in some places, people are using cover crops to protect seedlings and protect soil from erosion. Once you've worked out what aspect of your system you want to focus on, you've got to work out what resources you have available. How much water do you have in the profile? Are you going to water it if you're in an irrigated system? Are you going to fertilise it? And what window of time do you have to play with? Do you have a full summer, or do you have some kind of shoulder season where you've got some late rain and you can put something in quickly? You then are going to be guided pretty closely into what crops are available for you. And they can be conventional crops that are used in the region, or you could look at more adventurous things like mixed species cover crops, although they come with some more challenges. The next question is, how do you evaluate the performance of the crop? So you've got to work out what measurements are going to capture the change in the function that you're trying to chase with that cover crop. If we're planting a crop to achieve a goal that is different to a yield, then we've got to work out how we're going to measure it. The final question is, how do you get rid of it when it's performed its function? And there are multiple options there, and that's also going to be based on how your system is. And you could be looking at things like spraying out, you could roll it. I know some cotton growers who are grazing, or you could turn it in if you're in an irrigated raised bed situation. Today we are here in Emerald at one of our cover crop trials. We've got a bare earth fallow, we've got some mung beans, a standard cover crop for the region. Then we've got millet and sun hemp. And the question that I posed at the start is, how are we going to measure it? We're going to be using a mobile phone application called Slakes, which measures aggregate stability. We're going to be using capacitance probes in the trials, and we're going to be monitoring the state of the profile throughout the growth of the cover crop, after we've terminated the cover crop, and then what happens during the following cotton crop. In terms of disease, we'll be looking at genomics and DNA, comparing that with predictor B testing to work out how much biodiversity the cover crops are introducing into the crop in a soil health space. And we'll also be spending a lot of time looking at soil carbon and soil nutrient contents. And we'll be doing that through traditional wet chemistry, but we'll also be looking at spectroscopic methods to speed that up so we can get more spatial representation in our trials. So this particular site, we've had a relatively long period of fallow, we've had a change in season, we've got a little bit more moisture available. So we thought we'd put some crops in to stimulate activity in the soil, and the benefit of the mung bean is that maybe we'll fix some N as well. And we have some really nice nodulation in there. So we'll see how we go with fixed nitrogen. As a comparison to the mung bean, we have got a Siberian millet. Now you'd be looking at a grass cover crop if you're focused on changing the hydraulic properties of your system. Producing a large amount of biomass, we will be protecting the soil surface from any erosion events. We're going to be keeping more moisture in the profile and hopefully increasing infiltration following the termination of the crop, leading up to the point where we prepare the beds for the next cotton crop. So here we are with millet. We've got a heck of a root system on it, building that soil structure, holding everything together, and sucking up those nutrients. And here we are with the sun hemp, bit of a wonder cover crop, especially in the American literature at the moment. And by literature, I mean YouTube videos. It's a legume, it's going to fix nitrogen. It also produces, as you can see, a huge amount of biomass. And it also comes with a great fibrous root system. Big taproot that goes down and spreads out. So there are potentials that it's going to increase infiltration and fix nitrogen, and once we lay it over, the question is, how much benefit does it have for hydraulic properties? Is it going to keep moisture in the profile? Is it going to increase infiltration? And that's one of the main things we want to look at here, because the millets are pretty common cover crops in Australia at the moment, and the question is, can we get the same benefits out of the sun hemp that we're getting out of the millet, plus the nitrogen? And one of the bonuses is that we've found in overseas literature that there are reported benefits of the suppression of various nematode species with sun hemp cover crops. And now for completeness, we'll dig up some bare earth. Not a whole lot of activity in here, plenty of moisture, but it'd be really interesting to see how stable those aggregates are compared to the plots where we have had plants growing for the last couple of months, and maybe some longer term cover leading up to the next cotton crop with the millet and potentially the sun hemp. So the take home message, if you're interested in cover crops, work out what you're looking to achieve, work out the resources that you have available to you, and first point of call is reach out to your agro. But the most important thing is working out how you're going to measure the change that you're introduced into your system. So first and foremost, you need a bare earth fallow control for whatever treatments you put in, and then you need to work out at the outset what measurements you're going to take at the beginning and at the end to measure the difference that your cover crop's introduced.